I'm the Gargoyle, representing Front Row Fanatics. I'm here with the one, the only, the ever spectacular Jackie Moon, baby, making his CSW debut tonight. Take it away, Jackie.
I want you guys out there to support indie wrestling like the Front Row Fanatics do best and support amateur basketball. Jackie Moon, you're a sexy talent.
After a whole traumatic night, Halloween, the full moon was out, maybe, probably, it was cloudy, I don't know. But you know what? Something like the force of nature, the inevitable happened. The Onyx reigned supreme over the sadist kingdom. They had all the poetic justice that they could pull, but they cannot. They just couldn't beat the team that you're supposed to bet on. You bet on black. Everybody knows that. Tell them, TA. For month after month after month after month after month after month, the whole year, we've dealt with the sadist kingdom. But tonight, 50 Shades of Grey, they found out what the Maniacs in Black are really all about. Yeah, and on top of that, we now have the #1 spot to get back something that we held for a very, very long time. You know, and that's the tag team titles. And might I add, we're the Maniacs in Black. They're the sadist kingdom. Bet on black, not 50 Shades of Grey.
You know how this is gonna go tonight, like it goes every night. We win.
With this dancing, joking crap. I'm a wrestler. I'm here to be a wrestler. I'm the best wrestler here. Don't shit credit me. You know it's the truth. Just shut your mouth. I put the mystery partner tonight. To take care of this joke. Hey, stop, pal.
Good evening, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans. Welcome once again to another fantabulous edition of the Front Row Fanatics. I'm one of your hosts, the Gargoyle, with my tag team partner, the most interesting man in the world, Cheech. That's right, baby. And tonight we're going to do a review of Culture Shock Wrestling's last show, Unleashed, that took place on October 27th at the House of Hardcore in Mossy Head, Florida. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to the big man and let's bust into this show.
Yeah, like I said, that was Saturday, October 27th, and the House of Hardcore, you know, never fails to put on, you know, a good show. Actually, was a pretty good crowd that night as well. And I must say, I would like to start out by saying that regardless of what people say, even CSW is making strides and efforts to be better, to make it look better. Got a nice ring, did some nice airbrushing, I guess it was, on the ring post and on the apron.
Turnbuckle pad covers, you know, the canvas with the logo on it. Yeah, so
really looks good. Really trying to do what they can on the budget they have to improve the quality of their show. So big kudos to them over there at CSW for making the effort to you know, to move forward and move ahead. So that's great. Little promotion like CSW can do it, then there should be no reason why, you know, everybody can't come together and do it. So,
I hear you.
But anyhow, they started the show out with the Formula One championship belt on the line, which Mike Fresca is the current champion versus Maze, and Maze did get the win over Mike Fresca, which this was actually a pretty good match. Maze is really looking good these days. You know, got the lost some weight, getting in better shape, and you know, looking real good. And of course, Mike Fresca's got the build, and he's actually getting better in the ring as well. Maze did get the win, and I guess really good way to start the show, basically.
Absolutely. So, great opening match, and once again, this is, you know, one of the things as you go on to various forums, whether it's 911wrestling.com, the Gulf Coast section or whatever, you listen to us talk at shows or watch our review shows, one of the pet peeves that we always have is about guys that don't look the part. Maze, who is a veteran of the Gulf Coast scene, has been working extremely hard, at improving his physical conditioning and his physical appearance, and it's paying off in not only just the look, but in his ability to perform in the ring.
Yeah.
Mike Fresca too, another young guy that's working out, you know, trying to develop the physique and look the part of a professional wrestler. Both these guys came out there. They opened up the show with this match for the Formula One title, and the Bruiserweight gets the win. You know, good way to start the show. Entertaining, got the crowd pumped up. Fairly good crowd there at the House of Hardcore, which I've been noticing the crowd's been getting a little bigger.
Absolutely.
The last couple shows there in CSW, and as a longtime supporter of them, I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, I'm glad that fans are giving it some love. You know, this is sort of, I guess you could say, a student versus teacher match as well, because Mace had maybe not everything, but had a big hand in training Fresca through the years. Through the Ultimate Wrestling Training School and Academy and all that. So, pretty good way to, start the show out and show his talents versus his teachers. So that was pretty neat. Well, like I said, Mays did get the Formula One championship belt. Not sure who. Hopefully, Mays is going to be a fighting champion, and see who he takes on next.
No doubt. I wonder what happened to his little valet there, Ruby Sky. Or whatever.
They both have had valets, and neither one of them had it. So I don't know.
Yeah, conspicuous in the absence of both their valets. What's up with that?
Something's definitely going on, but. Anyway, good way to start the show. And second match was actually for the championship, or the CSW heavyweight tag belts, which holding reigning champion is Chuck Diamond and Shane Gibson working together. Show enough sexy. Well, they went up against Cali Kid teaming up with DJ Durst. This was actually a pretty good match too, and Chuck Diamond and Shane Gibson are getting better at working together. You can see that team unity forming, and they are working more and more together as you see them.
Becoming a more cohesive unit.
Yes. But they did retain the belts during this match, so Cali Kid and DJ Durst don't get no gold.
No gold for those guys, no guys. And I found that odd is Chuck Diamond and Cali Kid used to be in the faction of Californication, kind of going against each other, and DJ Durst, I guess the initial shock is split up or on hiatus for this juncture, so that tag team was kind of thrown together. But I must admit I was fairly impressed with the smoothness of this new team of Show Enough Sexy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and Cali Kid, that guy can take a beating and keep on going too. I mean, I don't know where he gets the energy from or how he just surprises me. He's not a big guy,
no,
but he just can take a beating, and and you can tell, when the crowd goes, oh, and he gets right back up. Of course he's in pain, but he gets up and keeps going. I don't know where he gets it from, but man, some of the stuff he gets put into is just unreal.
Get on the juice, brother. You need some juice, man.
Some protein.
Yeah, protein shake.
But the third match coming up, which is one of my favorite matches of the night, which was Buddha Bushido against newcomer to CSW, Matt Harvard, who's actually, we've seen him at other promotions on the Gulf Coast, and he is the student of Cyrus LeVay, Mr. Omega, which he just brutal beat the hell out of Buddha Bushido. It was a quick match. He did take his mask off him, so basically we got the unmasked Buddha, who, in my opinion, looks like Curly from the Three Stooges.
Woo! That was a scary sight indeed, and the lone wolf of Bone Sucker, Alabama got beat down by Matt Harvard, baby.
Yeah, it was great. Anytime, see a newcomer come in and that brutality that fits in with the CSW atmosphere, and what better way than to do it by kicking the shit out of Buddha Bushido. So.
I hear you. I thoroughly believe the crowd enjoyed that, and you can say what you will about Buddha, he gets around and all that, but he always gets a reaction, maybe not a positive reaction at all times, but I give the guy credit for heart, but he just, like I said, the lone wolf of Bone Sucker, Alabama just got beat down. That's all you can say about that.
Yeah, so Matt Harper did get the quick pin on that one, and moving on to the fourth match of the evening, which was actually for the #1 contendership for CSW tag straps, which pitted up Satanist Kingdom, which is Victor Crew, and Mike Metal now he's going by.
Or
Mike
Metal Lord.
Yeah, yeah.
He keeps changing his name. Big Mike, the burly, beefy guy.
Who is also part of Satanist Kingdom is what's his name?
Jimmy Hinder.
Jimmy Hinder.
Little Jimmy hiding on the outside.
Which, yeah, he's basically accompanying them. He wasn't actually in this match, or was he? But versus the Onyx, which is Marcus Gibbs and Terry Allen Jones, ghetto superstar Terry Allen Jones. Like I said, this was for a #1 contendership match for CSW tag straps. And through all the shenanigans that, Satanist Kingdom tried to do with Hinder on the outside, the Onyx still came away with the win. So they get shot at the tag titles on the next show, at the next event. So they might get the gold again.
Which, this was great, because once again, now you have to shut your pie hole, Victor Cruz, is what happened. Your yap, yap, yap was flap, 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 and then you went down 1, 2, 3. The Onyx got the Duke in the middle of the ring, despite all your little shenanigans and all that with little Jimmy and all the rest of the stuff. And you lost. Loser! So no #1 contender for you, no shot at the belts for you. Go back home, do some spell checking on your videos and all that other good stuff. Yeah, back at your mom's house there and all that other stuff. And and it was funny too to see Marcus Gibbs sporting the Jerry Ryder Kermit the Frog
got the chocolate
gear on there. Yeah, chocolate lightning. That's what you do, is give it chocolate lightning, man. I like that.
Yeah, that was great. Which, I'm going to assume that was his Halloween outfit, so it was so close to Halloween
show there.
But yeah, that was awesome. So again, Onyx did get the win over Satanist Kingdom, which is great. I can't stand Satanist Kingdom. And also puts them in the running for the CSW tag belts, which, they had those for quite a while. And in my opinion, as far as... Yeah. That gold sits better with the Onyx, in my opinion, as far as their fighting team. They also, at CSW, they're one of the few promotions that we do have left here that actually have somewhat of a tag team division. So it's good to see that, in my opinion. So hopefully we'll get those back at the Onyx.
Yes,
the Onyx,
definitely the lost art of tag team wrestling needs to be continued. Don't let it die. That was like, you've said it before, I've said it before, Pain Lord said it before over various shows we've done. CSW is one of the promotions that continually actually works on having a tag team division. Is it always at its peak and the greatest? No, but at least they continue to have, 2, 3, 4 tag teams so you can actually have a tag team division without just mixing up some guys and throwing them against the one established tag team who's holding the belt. So, kudos to CSW for keeping tag team wrestling alive here on the Gulf Coast.
Absolutely, and I wish other promotions would do more of it, because, we've talked before that it's just, it just seems like it's going away, and, that part of wrestling for me is what makes it. I don't want it to go away. WWE's ruined enough. Hopefully they won't ruin tag.
Die, Vince, die. You can't die soon enough.
Well, anyhow, after that, the next match was Chris Corbin versus Nathan Beast.
Moves.
Double D Chris Corbin. Which, Nathan Beast being the smaller guy, the more build guy, and Chris Corbin kind of towers over him a little bit, but Nathan Beast was on top of his game and did get the win with a brutal snap suplex. I mean, God, you watch the video on our YouTube channel, it's just amazing that the guy didn't come out of there on a stretcher. I mean, golly, dude.
Absolutely. He was, Nathan Beast, was going for the Three Amigos a la tribute to Eddie Guerrero. And that third one, man, he dropped Chris Corbin on his head. And oh my God, the whole crowd, you could just, ooh, and then all of a sudden, like, just took the wind out of everybody's sails. And everybody was waiting to see if Chris Corbin was going to get up, much less wrestle anymore. And to his credit, as much hell as I give Chris Corbin, Nathan Beast got the pin 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the in the middle of the ring, but he got up and emerged, unhurt from that brutal move. So
yeah, and Nathan capitalized on, because Corbin was irking the crowd and doing what he does, which is getting everybody riled up, and Nathan just took advantage of that, got him from behind, and he didn't even see it coming, got him twice, and then the third one just bam, get him in. Ooh, yeah. That
Yeah, just recovering from neck surgery, you know, and several months ago. I was feeling the pain there, baby. Now, I mean, oh my gosh.
But that was great. But next match after that was one of the matches I was waiting for all evening. Kind of glad that it wasn't the main, so I get to see it sooner. Which is Cyrus LeVay versus John Riker. This was a Falls Count Anywhere match, and whoever couldn't make it back to the ring would basically lose the match. Now, I don't remember, I think Brian Reese, the ring announcer, was counting, but I don't remember how long they had to get back to the ring. I don't know if it was 30 seconds, 20 seconds, I really don't know. But to say the least, it was a hell of a match. I mean, there was blood everywhere. These guys beat the hell out of one another. I love seeing Cyrus LeVay work, whether it's just mano a mano on just a regular wrestling, whether it's a violent match, whether it's a barbed wire match, just whatever. I love watching him work, and of course you got Mr. Violence John Riker, which that speaks for itself there at CSW. Riker did end up getting the win, but with the interference of their students, actually. DJ Durst, who is Riker's student in the business, came out, interfered, and jumped on Riker. And then Matt Harvard, who's Cyrus's student, came out and jumped on Cyrus LeVay, just beating the hell out of one another. So
actually, the students turned upon their teachers in the business, and you know, that was definitely, I'll give CSW's bookers kudos there for, you know, swerving us there. I didn't see that coming, and you know, Cyrus and Riker, two guys that have been around in this area a long time, and I've seen them wage many a bloody war there in Mossy Head, and anytime those two guys get together, I'm digging it, you know. Whether you appreciate hardcore blood and violence and all that, you know, that's up to you. I myself am digging it. And when those two guys get in there and give it hell, I mean, they lay it out on the line, bleed, there's, you know, no holes barred. What can you say? I'm going to be real interested to see, you know, what's going to happen with the students turning on the teachers here in upcoming events. So
it's going to be interesting how that angle goes out. You know, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know whether it's going to be a, you know, who knows. I feel sorry for him if it happens, but Cyrus and Riker might just say, well, hey, if you want to interfere with our match, us two versus you two, or, you know, who knows? It could go many ways. So I feel sorry for him either way. I'm sorry.
I definitely agree with you there. I think the students are going to be on the receiving end of some serious ass whooping.
And now we won't know, actually, until December, because November's show has actually been canceled due to some unforeseen circumstances, but we'll go over that a little bit later. But anyhow, Riker did get the win. Cyrus could not make it back into the ring because of the interference from a student. Riker actually was in the ring, even though he still got DJ jumping him. He was in the ring, so he got the win. Now the other bad thing is that this happened so fast when it did come. I was paying attention to Havard jumping on Cyrus that I didn't catch DJ in the ring until it was too late. I didn't actually get the video footage of him hitting him, and I don't even think CSW cameras got it either. So it's you can hear it, but you can't see it. You can obviously, you know, tell what happened. But anyhow, that's how fast it happened. It was just like that, and they were out of there. They knew the repercussion if they were to hang around, so they came out, did what they had to do, and they hauled ass.
That's right. They beat feet and got out of there before those two grizzled veterans got a hold of them, because payback is going to be a bitch. That's all I can say.
That's right. So the semi-main event of the evening at CSW was it was a fatal four-way match for #1 contenders for the CSW heavyweight title, which pitted up Joe Gibson versus Cameron Frost versus Cali Kidd, double that night.
Yeah, double duty for Cali Kidd.
And versus Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon! Tropics, baby, tropics, split tropics.
Who was Rex Andrews as Jackie Moon. Like we said, this was Halloween. Some of the guys had fun with it. Some of them were just there to kick some ass, you know. But Rex Andrews was there to have some fun and do a little bit of both. So it was awesome. But anyway, like I said, this was a #1 contender for CSW heavyweight title. The first one out was actually Jackie Moon. Cali Kidd put out Jackie Moon, got it to 1, 2, 3 after a kick, super kick. Put him out, 1, 2, 3, boom, lights out, it was gone. The second one out was Frost. Cali actually pinned Frost. You know what's funny is I don't know, you know, if if Callie thought that, whoever pins the first one, then you win it all, because every time he would pin somebody, I won, and get jumped from behind and get the hell beat out of him. So, but it was awesome. And then, of course, Joe Gibson ended up pinning Callie, so he does get the shot at the CSW strap, which is going to be going up against Lane Smart. So that ought to be a good pound for pound a match that these two would beat the hell out of each other.
Right, two big beasts gonna do battle in the ring, and a very entertaining match between four guys that I really enjoy. A good mesh of different styles. But the one thing I must say, and I've been a Brutal Joe Gibson fan for a while, but I'm not digging the Stan and Larry and Hanson gimmick, man. Go back to being Brutal Joe Gibson, man.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
You don't need to ape off somebody else's gimmick. You're the brutal one, dude. Be Brutal Joe
If it ain't
Gibson.
broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
This is another match where Callie just got the shit kicked out of him, man, and he just kept going. I mean, he pinned two of the four guys. Well, obviously, he couldn't pin.
Right. Two of his split opponents, anyway.
Yeah, but he just kept getting. I mean, it's just unbelievable how much torture this guy can take and keep going. It really is. If you haven't seen Cali Kid, you definitely need to come out and check out a match with him in it. All these guys at CSW just tear the house down, but this kid can really take it.
To me, he's very underrated and underappreciated along the Gulf Coast. Because if you see the guy, you look at him skinny, not a big physique, and he doesn't appear intimidating in any way, shape, or form. Then you look at the pink pants that he's wearing, which, Cali Kid, it's time to get some new draws, man, Dig it, but I've seen him in all sorts of matches and various promotions all over the Gulf Coast, and the guy can go. He's tough as leather. He'll go hardcore. He'll go high flying with you. He'll go mat wrestling with you. The dude's got some skills and ability. Very enjoyable guy. Then you had the Master of Devastation in there, one of my personal favorites. Brutal Joe, another favorite. Rex Andrews, another very talented guy who sadly is leaving the Gulf Coast. And traveling more and getting out of the scene, but another super talented young guy. I mean, it was awesome. I enjoyed
a lot of talent in that ring in that match. I mean, you think all four of them have got the talent to be somewhere, and
kudos to CSW for booking them in there, which this was not an originally scheduled match according to the card. Things happen. It was Halloween, but hey, it was great. Enjoyed the hell out of it.
Absolutely. So Joe gets a shot at the title. Don't know when that'll be, but we'll definitely check out the Facebook and the message boards and all that, and we'll get that all worked out. But the main event, the main event of the evening was for the CSW heavyweight title, which pitted up Lane Smart versus the Gargoyle's close personal friend David Prime. Which David Prime being the veteran, Lane Smart just crazy as all get out and just full of power. Unfortunately, Prime couldn't get the win with that damn Double D interfering every chance that ref's head was turned.
That's right. Moves Corbin, man. You helped rip off my close personal friend David Prime for another reign as the CSW heavyweight champion, and you're gonna pay, man.
Yeah, and he kept making threats to you all night long.
I'm telling you,
your close personal friend's gonna die tonight.
That's right. You better watch your back, because I'm gonna be around you, man. I got some purple nurple for them Double D move action and stuff, and Lane Smart's not always gonna be there to protect you. You ruined what could have been a classic battle between the beast Lane Smart and the technician, my close personal friend David Prime, with your interference, man. So you're gonna get yours.
Yep, absolutely. We'll see what happens with Joe going up against Lane Smart. If Lane comes out with the win, then maybe David Prime will be after the rematch to go after that CSW heavyweight title. Who wouldn't deserve it more, in my opinion, than David Prime?
David Prime has been a cornerstone of CSW through its various names and the incarnations in Mossy Head over the 8 years out of the 11 they've been running that I've been going there. If it's one thing that deserves to be rewarded, it's loyalty.
Absolutely.
And CSW has no more of a loyal guy than David Prime. So, I'm sure a rematch will be in the future for him. But in the meantime, Moobs, watch your back, buddy. Watch your back.
That's right. Interference, you know, if we have to, maybe we get a petition signed that will keep him out of the way of the ring or in the back, or maybe we can set him right between us in the front row.
Or better yet, let me be in the opponent's corner.
There you go. Special enforcer.
That's right. I got something for the Move Meister there. And by the way, where's your old boy Jesse at? Jesse Spittyfeller or whatever that guy's name you used to run around with in Panama City, the Schlock Star or whatever he called himself, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he ran away and hid because he didn't want none of the Gargoyle either, man.
Well, you know, another great event, CSW down. It was definitely worth going. Like I said, the crowd was there popping. Left you on the edge of your seat for the majority of these matches. You know, like I said, even Buddha's match, you know, or Matt Harvard's match, whichever you want to call it. It was great to see Buddha get his ass kicked by a newcomer to CSW. November show has been canceled for CSW. They will be back December 29th, which obviously is a Saturday. Same bell time, you know, just keep up with the Facebook or the message boards for more detail when that comes. They also have a newly formed YouTube channel, CSW, so check that out. They'll have some matches on there. From what I understand, they've got a new camera and got a few guys that are going to be stepping up and putting up some different film too, other than what we do. So definitely check that out and give them some love too, and you know, kudos to them for wanting to do it and go forward, because that's what I like. One of the things that bothers me, and it's not just about CSW, it's a lot of these shows, that if we don't go, we don't get to see what goes on, because
Right.
even though they're filming the shows, they don't put the videos up.
And what's the point? What's the point in filming it if you're not going to put it up? What, for your own personal library and viewing pleasure? You know, the people, they sit there, they piss and moan and complain that they don't get no support from the fans. Well, if you got other people out there besides us filming the camera, there is no damn excuse why you shouldn't have video footage out there on the internet pushing your product out to the fans.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, we travel a lot. We do our best to help promote, you know, independent wrestling here along the Gulf Coast, and we love doing it and we don't mind, but we can't always make every show. You know, we have real lives and real jobs, and sometimes that, you know, we can't be there. So if you're gonna have somebody out there filming those matches, for God's sake, put it out there. Promote your product. Stop being lazy bastards and promote your product.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I'm gonna call it like it is, and if people want to get mad, hey, get mad. I'm not hard to find. You know, anything I'm saying on this, these reviews that we do, or on a message board, or on Facebook, or whatever, I'll be glad to discuss with you in person. You know, the sad truth is there is a bad lack of promotion amongst Gulf Coast wrestling promotions, feds, whatever the hell you want to call them. Very few people take the time to go out, get sponsors, you know, put flyers out there, post promotional videos or whatever, you know. So if you want your show to be sold out, if you want fans in the seats, get off your ass and put in some work. You know, we don't mind doing videos. We offer our services to help film promos and stuff. We do our best to promote on our Facebook pages. You know, for the Front Row Fanatics Facebook page, Gulf Coast Wrestling's Facebook page, the Gulf Coast Wrestling 911.com website, our own websites, our own personal Facebook pages. But we're fans, you know, we are fans. It should not be up to the fans to do all the work for the promoters. If you're going to call yourself a promoter, get off your lazy ass and promote.
Absolutely.
You know, I've been to various shows all over the place in you know, Florida, Alabama and stuff, and seen guys out there throwing flyers the night of the show. You know, and I'm not saying that not everybody doesn't do it, but you know, I've gone to other places and I've seen guys that are bigger names than anybody around here on the Gulf Coast out putting flyers on cars and stuff the night before the show or the night of the show. So you know, there's no excuse. You want to make some inroads in the business, get off your ass and promote. Have the people that work for you promote. You want to get yourself and your show over, do something about it. Stop lying, stop crying, get out there and promote. Now that I've been on my soapbox there for a little bit and probably have 57 people pissed off at me and gonna want to pound my ass, but you know, oh well. So saith the Gargoyle evermore. Promote your show.
What's the worst promoting can do? Make you more money.
Thank you.
From the workers to the promoter to
The concession
everybody
stand.
involved. Absolutely. So what's it going to hurt? Also, you know, keep an eye out for, I don't know how long it's going to be or even if it's going to happen, but some works are in for a CSW video game with some of the CSW roster. Hopefully eventually they'll all be on there. You even got some fans on there, got the Gargoyle on there. With it's kind of dubbed Unleashed, but the CSW versus the World video game. Pretty neat. There's a promo out there on the
Facebook.
Culture Shock Wrestling Facebook page,
Right.
which it's pretty neat. It really is pretty cool. I like to see stuff like that because that just means that they're taking the initiative to go one step further. But like I said, with CSW, check out their new YouTube channel, check out their Facebook page as well as ours. We do have a couple sponsors out there. If you want to get a tattoo, go to
Classic Tradition Tattoo Parlor. See Big Pat there in Crestview, Florida.
Yep, and you want a mask like Gargoyle's got, or
Right.
anything at your own choice.
MrMaskman.com. Hola, my amigo in Mexico, man. Dude can hook you up with cool masks at a good price. You know, check out 911wrestling.com to help support our good buddy, the Snowman out there, you know. Pain Lords, lordsofpain.net, you know, if you want all the main news from WWE, TNA, and all that other stuff, you know.
We have very few extra large Front Row Fanatic t-shirts left, so if you want one, get with us as soon as possible because we literally have just a handful left. Just let us know, we'll get you one at the next show. Other than that,
And for
match of the night?
we will do that. And for those of you that complain that, you know, all we have is extra large and we need some bigger sizes, well, you know, I can understand your frustration, but you got to realize the money for these shirts came out of my pocket. I don't have the big budget, you know, I got to sell what I have first. Show me a little love, buy a shirt, next order, I'll get you the double X that you need or that you want or whatever, you know. So, you know, get you some Front Row swag and then we'll get the next order with some more sizes for larger people or maybe some smaller sizes for people that don't quite fit into an extra large either, you know. So show us a little love, buy a shirt.
Absolutely, absolutely. What, match of the night and runner-up. You go ahead.
All right, let me see. Since I left my glasses in
It's
here.
kind of a hard decision, but I think I got mine narrowed down.
For me, I'm going to go match of the night. For me, I'm going to go the Fatal 4-Way with Gibson, Frost, Cali Kid, Jackie Moon / Rex Andrews. And then for the runner-up, I'm going to go with Nathan Beast versus Double D Moobs Chris Corbin, just because the way it finished with him getting dropped on his head, bam, snap, smash, crackle, boom, pop, pow.
We are definitely in agreement with the Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders match. That was great from start to finish, so that was definitely one. But my second one is Cyrus LeVay versus John Riker. And for the same reason that you just said, I love where the direction of this match went to where it's proceeding into another storyline to where it's going to carry this further and have a reason for, you know, some mayhem somewhere down the line here, you know.
Give the fans start their getting their thirst for the bloodlust, you know, because you know it's going to happen down the line.
Yeah. You know, 'cause DJ, you know, he's not afraid to take a beating with some barbed wire.
No, DJ's another one of those guys that to me gets not enough love and appreciation. Does he have the best physique? No. Does he have the best gear? No. But if you want a guy that's going to go out there and take a bump and give you 100%, he's not afraid to bleed and get in there and scrap and brawl and battle with anybody. He's one of your guys. So, you know, going to be interesting in the future here for Culture Shock Wrestling.
Yep. On a more personal note, we want to send out our prayers to Brad Armstrong. May he rest in peace. What was it? What was the date? It was November 2nd?
I believe so.
He passed away, so we want to send our prayers to the Armstrong family. And you know, that's a very sad thing here on the Gulf Coast for us. This is a little too close to home for us. You know, this is a big deal. We lost a great guy. And a lot of people are hurt from it, and hopefully everybody's, you know, has a smooth transition through this period and makes out okay. And it's going to be it's a big loss for the Gulf Coast, a big loss for the Armstrong family, and
a big loss in general too. You know, those of us who get to see, attend these shows, we see the Armstrong family on a regular basis. Brad, unfortunately, did not make as many appearances as his father and his brother, but once again, we want to express our sincere condolences to the Armstrong family. And, a more talented guy and a nicer guy who I actually had the opportunity to meet in Brad. He will be sorely missed, not only as a wrestler, but as a person and just a genuine nice guy in general. So once again, Front Row Fanatics would like to express our condolences and send our prayers to the Armstrong family.
Absolutely. Sad time on the Gulf Coast for sure. So be sadly missed.
And I guess, unfortunately, on that somber note, there's not much left to say, but check out CSW's next show, December 29th at the House of Hardcore in Mossy Head, Florida. Support independent wrestling here along the Gulf Coast, all the promotions. Get out, travel, show some love for these guys that get out there and risk life and limb and, to entertain you. Because just like with this unfortunate event with Brad Armstrong, you never know what tomorrow will bring. So
Absolutely, and go to Guild's Facebook page and ask them when they're coming to Pensacola. We need Guild Wrestling in Pensacola, so bug them, get them over here. You won't be disappointed.
And we want to see Lindsay Dorado, Maxwell Chicago, and Dallas Riley at Guild. So
that's right.
But I guess with that being said, we'll see you in the front row.